Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Cobalt Plays, and in this video, I'm going to be playing Silksong. I am starting a walkthrough and a tutorial on how to complete the game. This, I won't be getting optional things unless I stumble across them, but if you want to see me get specific things and you just need help getting something, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I will make a video to help with that. As you might remember that when when Silksong first came out, I made videos on that. I've made a few videos on my first playthrough, but then I ended up stopping because I felt like I wouldn't be able to go at my own pace. Now I am back though, and I'm going to be making a tutorial for you guys on how to get through Silksong. So let's go ahead and get into it. Act 1. I forgot this game is split into acts. I really hope I actually made a new save and didn't uh, get rid of my first save file. That would be bad. Come on, Hornet, wake up. Bind, that's right, okay. Oh wow, this is bad, okay. So, first of all, guys, if you do, you don't really need shards right now, but neat fact is if you walk over here, hit the statue, get some extra shell shards, jump up here, get a few extra. If you survive this, of course, uh, yet I wouldn't recommend doing that right now. It is very difficult to do. Anyways, let me go back there real quick to grab that. That is soul or your shade in this game, basically. Silksong is an absolutely huge game. The art style is amazing, and you really gotta check like everywhere. You gotta check like everywhere, or else you like. I when I say everywhere, I literally mean everywhere. Like, here's this. I discovered this on my first playthrough. I knew Team Cherry. I knew that they would like have a little hidden passage. For some reason, I can't jump though. Here we go. Yeah, there's some extra shell shards over here. They're not very important yet, but they will be they'll play a huge role later on. By the way, guys, I won't be going through things. I won't be going through things in the way you would need to get to Act 3. I will make a separate video on that later after I finish the the tutorial of the normal playthrough. I'll make I'll make a video on where everything is in order to make it to Act 3, and and then also after that I'll make some videos on Act 3 as well. Oh no, I don't have the injector band. This might take some getting used to, man. I can't dash. No, no. Okay. By the way, guys, make sure you collect those. Those will be important. So that first one, see, is up there. As you walk into this room, Hornet's gonna get a migraine. They don't have any Tylenol here. After Hornet's done dying, you gotta jump across that little gap. There's that right there. You can't really get up there yet. And then there are these little guys. They're kind of stupid because they just go straight down. No. These guys are scary. There's some more shell shards over here if you want those. And then... So, basically, you're just going to want to keep going up. And keep this place in mind. I will make a separate video on what this is about. Okay. So come up here. And you gotta hop off. I hop off of that guy to get the mossberry. I don't know how else to do it because Hornet isn't tall enough to reach that. I just want some extra shards. Okay. Trust me, guys, an amazing tip for this game is get as many shards as you can. Because they're so helpful. By the way, guys, don't go down that hole. I'll explain later on. In just a sec. I'll explain where that leads later on. Alright, so... Hornet gets a headache again. Okay, so after Hornet is done with that headache, there's a bench that you can rest on. And you should probably prepare because it's time for your first boss fight of the game. Now, this is the Moss Mother, and it's very similar to just the Vengefly King. You can see she swoops down, she'll spawn some rocks, and she'll summon enemies. Overall, it's a very, very simple boss fight. But it's, the boss's design is really good, and it's easy, but it's pretty fun. By the way, keep in mind, the healing in this game is different from Hollow Knight's. You can only heal one time. You can only heal one time when you have enough silk to bind. And you have to heal three masks every time. So for beating Moss Mother, you get to go to the left. I don't think... Yeah, no, there's nothing over there. And you get to ascend. Woohoo. Another headache. Alright. So, Hornet just passed out. And then, to wake us up, we get smacked with a stick. Okay, so after that interaction, you will get your first task. And then you can check your inventory here too. Anyways, we make our way out of the tutorial, and look at that. The game is beautiful. This game is great world building. And, alright, so this is the same hole I was telling you guys about before. It leads all the way back down to the bottom. So unless you need to go back to kill that guy for the reward he drops, don't go down there. It will take a little bit to get back up if you don't really have any abilities. Trust, I made that mistake on my first playthrough. Like, literally as soon as I got up there. So here, this is your first shop. However, you literally can't get rosaries by this point. But it's she kind of just acts like Sly does. So she has a charm, a craft metal, which can be used to buy different tools later in the game. A simple key, that one's obvious. Um, the most important thing here is the rosary string, and basically, if you pay 80 rosaries, you get 60 rosaries to keep in your inventory that you can't lose if you die. So it's you lose 20 rosaries, but then you can't lose anything if you die, which is nice. I forgot how to play the game. Alright, so make your way to the right. And if you keep going, you meet this little guy. Plus, you should just listen to us sing for a little bit. I know you can't hear it on mine because my audio's weird for some reason, but if you play it for yourself, or you should just like this guy's song is so cute, man. All right. Anyways, from there you want to go up, beat up that little guy. You want to go up and to the right. Hit him into the spikes. Now you just want to keep going up. And by the way, there are like guys like this. They're tankier. They do double damage. Like most enemies in this game. Every enemy in this game does double damage. And then you can go down, and this is a breakable wall. Watch out for boulders in rooms like this. But just to let you know, that's a breakable wall. So you can find some money there. About 60 rosaries. Keep going this way. You'll run into another enemy. And then you'll drop down here into this arena fight. Kind of like the primal. It actually kind of reminds me of that Aspid fight, like in early Hollow Knight. Remember, like you got to go down there for. You got to go down there while you're trying to move to the False Knight. There, you get attacked by a few Aspids. So it's very similar to that. And then there's this guy as like a mini boss. Nothing too crazy. After that, go ahead and drop back down here. Hit the lever. And the door opens for Sherma. After continuing right, you will find your first bench, which requires money. Everything requires money in this game. This is going to be fun. Alright. So keep going right, and eventually you'll make it to the marrow. Basically, you're going to want to go up and to the left. Because there's stuff over here. And by stuff, I mean, like, you need to come over here or else you can't beat the game. By the way, guys, Hornet's Dash is very hard to get used to because the angle is just so weird. It's like a 45-degree angle. So just practice that. Like, practice her pogo a ton because you're going to need it, and it's very hard to get used to. Now, personally, I actually really like her pogo, even though it did take quite a bit of getting used to. Alright, so perfect. Now that you went up and left in the marrow, you're going to come down here, hit this lever, and then you're going to need to go back up there to get on top of that platform that just dropped. By the way, there are rosaries over here, so make sure you grab those. Money is useful. And now you can jump up here. You can smack this lever, and this creates a shortcut to come back up here whenever you want. You're going to hear singing in the distance over here. Don't be worried. That's just her. Yeah, you don't have to fight her. She's like Cornifer from the first Hollow Knight. She's going to be giving you maps. Of course, you should buy all these like as soon as you get a chance. And if you're worried about money, don't worry. You're about to see. There's about to be a really nice way to get money. So, as you can see, it's like the basic. It's just the very basic, mediocre map. But you can get your quill later. There are a couple ways to get a quill, but you should probably just buy one like a normal person. Alright, so. You'll run into some new enemies over here. And if you want to just keep coming through here, you can get like 20 to 30 rosaries per run. This is like the best early game rosary farm. So if you go up and keep going right, you'll find the bench and the lever where you can get a shortcut. Now we can go up here. And you want to go left from there. Now here you're going to be finding a very annoying enemy. Yeah, those things that like spit acid or whatever that is, they suck. They're horrible. I don't know why Team Cherry added them. But whatever. See, I just have a skill issue. See. Okay. So anyways. You can make it over here, get another shortcut. And if you go to the right, there's some extra monies for you. Please focus on money. Like, make sure you look for money early game. There's also a breakable wall over here. Now, this part is kind of like the first part where you gotta be very careful. because there are traps and enemies everywhere, over a ton of spikes. Just keep falling. Ah. Okay. And then from there, you can make your way over here. And this. You go ahead and bind it. And this gives you the silkspear, your first silk skill. Now right here, you'll find that it's kind of hard to break through these, and they regenerate. So instead of doing that, just break through them with the silk spear. That's what it does. It just goes in a straight line. It just goes in a straight line and pierces through things, doing a decent amount of damage. By the way, if you talk to her, you'll get the berry picking wish. You need 3 moss berries. So far, you should have picked 2 up, maybe even more if you're paying attention. I wasn't, so. But anyways, you can just go ahead under here, kill that little guy, and bam, there's your moss berry. Fun fact, you will need more if you want to 100% the game or get a better version of this tool that we're about to get. But by granting her wish and giving her the 3 moss berries, you will get the Druid's Eye tool. Tools are like charms. I'll explain how they work though, because they are different in a few ways. So, you'll see here, this is your crest, right? And then different crests have different amounts of tool slots and just different abilities overall. There are white slots, blue slots, yellow slots, and red slots. Red slots are for offensive tools like throwing knives, like bombs and stuff like that. This is for passive abilities that help you in combat, such as Druid's Eye, which is just like Grub Song from Hollow Knight, gives you silk if you take damage. And then yellow charms are going to be things like the compass and things that help you with exploration. Just something you should know if you're going to be doing this. I was very confused my first time playing through Silksong. Wow, look at me. So you guys, I'm an expert. I swear, I beat Act 3 and I can't even get through here. Okay. Alright, now you're going to want to head over here. And, ooh, look, this little guy's trapped. Go ahead and use your silk spear to free him. Oh, he's mad because we freed him. Okay, we helped him. Now, this boss fight kind of reminds people of the massive moss charger. Because he mostly just jumps and runs around like that. Something you should note is he does do double damage. He does do double damage, and he is faster than Massive Moss Charger. Plus, he has a projectile attack. See, I just took damage in... My bad. See, contact damage shouldn't do 2 massive damage, I feel like. I have no idea how much health this guy has. Oh, yeah, and then here... Yeah, see, people say that this fight is kind of underwhelming, but, like, come on, bro. It's the second boss fight in the entire game, and it's honestly pretty cool. It gives you a good idea of how Silksong bosses are going to work. My bad. Like, see? It shows you that you, like, always got to be focused. Even if it's just an early game boss like this. See? See, that's why you should always be focused. You get jumped! Am I about to die? To the Bell Beast? Okay. Nope. Okay, cool. I didn't die. Make sure to dodge those bells, though. They do still hurt you even after you beat a boss fight. I learned that the hard way on a later boss fight. Anyways, after you beat that, go ahead and grab this and complete the sequence. I won't be showing you so that you guys can experience it for yourself. And for completing that sequence, you get a silk heart, which just allows you to regenerate silk. Not like all of it, but it lets you regenerate a little bit of it for certain actions that need silk. And now he's our friend. Yay. Friend. Anyways. We don't need to use him right now. Just head towards the shrine. Hit the lever. The bell's gonna ring. And it summons a bench for us. So, yeah, guys. That is going to be the first part of the Hollow Knight Silksong walkthrough. I will post another one on Friday. And please remember that I'm going to be streaming the Splatoon 3 Big Run on Saturday at 8 p.m. something time. I can't remember. Sorry. For about 2 hours. And so just make sure to check in then. If you have any suggestions for like what you want me to include in a video, like for example you want me to get a certain tool, just let me know so that in the future I can make sure to include that in my video. And also if you want me to keep making these videos after this week, please go ahead and give the video a like. That way I know that I should keep making them, even though I probably will anyways because I have fun doing this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.